Next thing which we are going to see about inverse trigonometry, its properties or identities, we are having complementary angle relation. This thing you have seen in earlier class, 10th standard mainly. We are having relations like sine 90 minus theta. This can be solved using a right angle concept of trigonometry. Sine pi by 2 minus theta or 19 minus theta in degree. This is equal to cos theta, and we know that cos 90 minus theta, this is sin theta. Similarly, we are having other pairs. This is the pair of sin and cos. Next is of tan and cot. Tan pi by 2 minus theta is cot theta, and cot pi by 2 minus theta is tan theta. Similarly, we have sec pi by 2 minus theta as cosec theta, and cosec pi by 2 minus theta is sec theta. Now our purpose is seeing we will convert them in inverse form using one of them. Any one of them you can use. Okay, like whichever you say we can prove. This time I will show you using one pair of sine, another of tan also we can take. Next, since we write here sin pi by 2 minus theta, this is equal to cos theta. So we can write it like, let cos theta be some value x. Therefore, theta can be written as cos inverse x. As soon as I write, now from this main relation, I can write first sin pi by 2 minus theta. This theta is cos inverse x. So replace it by cos inverse x equal to this cos theta we have taken as x. So this value will be x here. Now again by the same procedure, when sin inverse is taken both sides, we have pi by 2 minus cos inverse x. This is equal to sin inverse x. And yes, correcting these two aside, we find this will become sin inverse x plus cos inverse x equal to pi by 2. You can see one relation which pair was sin and cos. Complementary angle relation was between sin and cos. So these two trigonometric inverse trigonometric functions have come in the same form. When their inverses with the same values, are added, the result will be pi by 2. Now for this identity, going to show the other pair like tan and cot. We can say since tan pi by 2 minus theta, this is equal to cot theta. So we can prove this taking cot theta as x. Therefore, theta can be written as cot inverse x. I hope you understand. Next, from this relation, write tan pi by 2 minus theta replaced by value cot inverse x. So we have right hand side cot theta as x. Now again taking tan inverse both sides, pi by 2 minus cot inverse x as tan inverse x here. Now simplifying, we see the sum of tan inverse x and cot inverse x is pi by 2. Okay, so this is the way to prove. Now we are having this batch of 3 identities in this section. First, sin inverse x plus cos inverse x is pi by 2. Second, tan inverse x plus cot inverse x is pi by 2. Third, sec inverse, like sec and cosec you can see are pairs with complementary angle relation. Sec inverse x plus cosec inverse x is pi by 2. Not only this, we use them like somewhere you are given sin inverse x, so that can be converted. Other than Pythagoras theorem, sin inverse x can be written as pi by 2 minus cos inverse x also, and cos inverse x can be written as pi by 2 minus sin inverse x. So this way identity is used to convert from one form to other. Okay, these are the three main identities in this batch. Now we will see these identities. Earlier we have seen. We will solve one or two questions to see how these are applied. Let's try. Here I have taken three questions to explain the previous identities. Main purpose is to show the use of complementary, angle relation, reciprocals, and use of Pythagoras theorem. All these things we will see through these examples. Let's see. Here we are given first question, like to evaluate. You can see this is given cos inverse of minus sine of this sum, tan inverse x plus tan inverse 1 upon x. Now x is not given and we need to evaluate. So here if I think of the reciprocal relation, this tan inverse 1 upon x can be written as, rest of the things remain as it is. This can be written as tan inverse x, and obviously using reciprocal relations this can be written as cot inverse x. As we know that tan inverse 1 by x by reciprocal relation, you can see the list. We can write tan inverse 1 by x is equal to cot inverse x, and in bracket you can put the reason also, that cot inverse x, this is tan inverse 1 upon x. Next, as soon as we come to this step, we find that this is tan inverse x plus cot inverse x. So we have recently seen this complementary angle relation. This sum will be surely pi by 2. So it is just to confuse you. This equation given, no x is needed. So we can see this sum will be equal to pi by 2. So cos inverse, next step we can directly write this is pi by 2. But whenever identity you are using, just mention in bracket as the reason that tan inverse x plus cot inverse x, this is equal to pi by 2. One side use of identity will make equation more convenient, but whenever you are writing your notes, you should keep writing these reasons, because in future when you take a revision, take a look of this solution, you must be able to understand what was used that time. Okay. Now sin pi by 2 is the standard value, which is 1. So this finally comes cos inverse minus 1, and cos inverse minus 1, if you directly calculate, is 180, or we can say pi. Okay. So this way we have evaluated this first one, and using which identities? Here I have used a reciprocal, and in this step we have used complementary angle relation. This way only we use the identities. It's not a compulsion that every time you are given a equation that mainly one identity is used. No, we can use more than one also. Now we go ahead with the next question. Simplify. This is frequently used in the topic inverse trigonometry. You can see we require the application of such concepts maximum places. What is that? Let's see. You are going to simplify cos of sine inverse 3 upon 7. By basic theory, we understand very well the law of cancellation identity. We have seen that cos and sine inverse can't be cancelled out. But suppose it is a sine, then can be cancelled out, or this is cos inverse, so cos and cos inverse can be cancelled out. Now, we cannot write cos directly as sine, but yes, using Pythagoras theorem, the sine inverse can be converted in cos inverse for sure. So without delay, if I want to convert this sine inverse 3 upon 7, first of all we will do that. Sine inverse 3 upon 7, for sure this is perpendicular and this one is hypotenuse. H is 7 and perpendicular is 3. So using Pythagoras theorem, we need to find base under root h square minus p square. It comes hypotenuse square means 7 square 49 minus p square perpendicular square is 9. We get 40. Okay, which further you simplify or not, you can use it as 40 only, but as it is 4 tens are, so 2 root 10. Okay, this is the value of base. Now from here, as I need what to cancel these, law of cancellation I need to apply, I need to convert this in cos. So sine inverse, this can be written as cos inverse base upon hypotenuse. will be equal to cos inverse b means 2 root 10 and hypotenuse is 7. As soon as I obtain this value in the given form, we can put this will be cos inverse 2 root 10 upon 7, and by law of cancellation, as these are consecutively given, we can cancel them out, and finally we have 2 root 10 by 7. So this thing you will see maximum places we require to use Pythagoras theorem and to convert from one inverse function to other. Now we are going to see the third pattern of question where we have to use such identities. It's given solve for x, an equation is given in terms of x. One side it is tan inverse 1 upon root 2x is equal to sin inverse x. Once again I will tell you the use of Pythagoras theorem here. This is tan inverse of a value. This is sin inverse of the some other value in terms of x. Suppose these two are similar, tan inverse of a value equal to this also becomes tan inverse, then we can directly eliminate them and then we can make an equation in terms of x. This is the planning. How can we do? Sin inverse can be converted in tan inverse using Pythagoras theorem, or tan inverse also can be done in sin inverse using Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so we will take for sin right hand side. This tan inverse 1 upon root 2x as it is. If I use Pythagoras theorem here, so this x will be taken as x upon 1, and for sure perpendicular this will be x and hypotenuse this is 1. Using Pythagoras theorem, base will be under root h square minus p square, means under root 1 minus x square. So if right hand side function is right tan inverse, so this will be perpendicular upon a base. So perpendicular is already x and base we have obtained under root 1 minus x square. As soon as we do, we see that both of the sides are given with exactly one function and tan inverse. So that's why we can eliminate it directly, or you can say cancel directly. So final conclusion, we can say it is 1 upon root 2x. This is equal to x upon under root 1 minus x square. Now we have to simplify, we have to solve this equation. So squaring both sides, I get 1 upon 2x square. This is equal to x square upon 1 minus x square. And now we need to cross multiply. We will see that we find 1 minus x square, this is equal to 2x to the power 4. This can be simplified to 2x to the power 4 plus x square minus 1. Now this is a reducible type quadratic equation where we can replace x square y with some other value like z. So this becomes 2z square plus z minus 1 equal to 0, where z we have taken as x square. From earlier classes the concept has been taken of quadratic equation. Now to simplify by splitting, as I see it is 2 and minus 1, so 2z square plus 2z minus 1 equal to 0. Taking common we get 2z, z plus 1, here minus 1, z plus 1. This part I hope you know very well. So you can do that. 2z minus 1, this is equal to 0. And as you can see, solving, we get z equal to minus 1, z equal to 1 by 2. But we know that z equal to x square. So here we will take x square equal to minus 1 or 1 by 2. As we deal with real numbers, so x square, a value, a perfect square cannot be minus 1 for us. So that's why x square will be considered as 1 upon 2, and solving we get plus minus 1 by root 2 as the final answer of the equation. So here you can see the rest of the theory, further this I hope a maximum can solve. But in the beginning we need to simplify to make it more convenient using the identities, either reciprocal or complementary or Pythagoras theorem. Okay, I hope this batch of identities clear to you. Thank you.